The Joan-Eleanor system, or JE for short, was a very high-frequency VHF radio system developed during World War II for use by agents working behind enemy lines to relay information and replace the earlier S-phone system used by agents. Design and development. The Joan-Eleanor system was developed from late 1942 onwards for the U.S. Office of Strategic Services, OSS, by Jewett R. Goddard and L.T. CMDR. Stephen H. Simpson, with some contributions from mobile radio pioneer Alfred J. Gross. It was reportedly named for Goddard's wife Eleanor, and a whack major of Simpson's acquaintance named Joan. The initial design work was performed at RCA's laboratories in Riverhead, NY, and the production units produced by Citizens Radio of Cleveland, Freed Radio Corporation of NYC, Dictograph Corporation of New York, and the Signal U Manufacturing Company. Most of the testing was carried out in the USA and some at Bovington, England, beginning in July 1944. To refine the equipment with the first operational use later that same year. The system was classified as top secret by the U.S. military and was not declassified until 1976. Description. The system comprised a pair of transceivers, a handheld SSTC 502 transceiver, Joan, for use by an agent in the field, an SSTR6 transceiver, Eleanor, carried on an aircraft flying overhead at a prearranged time. The system was designed to use the VHF band, since it was known that these frequencies could not be effectively monitored by the enemy. The agent made his report in plain speech, and the aircraft recorded the transmission on a wire recorder. Since Morse code was not required, the agent did not need to be trained in it, thus reducing overall training time, which was considered an advantage in the European theater. Additionally, the aircraft could ask for immediate clarification if required, without the delay of encryption and decryption, or an intelligence officer aboard the circling aircraft could talk directly with the agent. Because of the low power and the unit's limited range, the transmissions were virtually undetectable and the Germans were unaware of the system. SSTC 502 transceiver. Unlike large conventional radios that weighed up to 30 pounds, the handheld SSTC 502 transceiver was only 6.5 inches long and weighed less than 1 pound. It used a dual triode as a combination super-regenerative detector while receiving, and an oscillator during transmission. Two other vacuum tubes acted as a microphone amplifier and modulator. The antenna was a simple dipole attached to the top of the unit and the only controls were for regeneration and fine-tuning. The unit was powered by 2D cells for the tube filaments, and two 67.5 volts batteries for the tube's plates. The original operating frequency was 250 MHz. But it was discovered that the Germans had a receiver capable of operating at this frequency, and it was changed to 260 MHz. SSTR6 transceiver. The airborne SSTR6 transceiver weighed about 40 pounds. It had a super heterodyne receiver with two RF amplifier stages, two limiter stages, and an FM detector. Power was supplied by four 6-volt wet cell batteries. The equipment was used in B-17 and de Havilland Mosquito aircraft, the Mosquito being used for most missions due to its high speed and high altitude capability, which rendered it safe from most offenses. Operational. The initial aircraft used with the JE system were de Havilland Mosquito PR, Photo Reconnaissance, Mk. 16 aircraft of the 654th Bombardment Squadron, 25th Bomb Group RCN at Watton, UK. Since 25th Bomb Group personnel flew Joan-Eleanor missions for OSS. Watton wished credit for these in monthly operational tabulations. They assigned the label Red Stocking to the missions. For JE missions, the rear fuselage compartment, aft of the bomb bay, was fitted with an oxygen system and modified to accept the SSTR-6 transceiver and wire recorder, with an operator sitting on a cramped seat, and accessed through a side hatch. The first successful operational use of the system was made on the 22nd of November 1944 by Stephen H. Simpson. He recorded transmissions from an agent codenamed Bobby, while orbiting at 30,000 feet over the occupied Netherlands. Another occurred on 12-13 March 1945 when a Mosquito PR-16 at 25,500 feet near Berlin established radio contact with agents who had earlier been dropped on 1/2 March from an A-26 Invader. On 13 March 1945, HQ 8th AF ordered the OSHA project transferred to the 492nd Bomb Group's Liberator Base at Harrington, Northamptonshire. On this day the term Red Stocking ceased to exist. On 14 March 2 Mosquitoes and an A-26 flew to Harrington, followed on the 15th by other Mosquitoes and A-26s. The 25th BG aircrew flew the OS Mosquitoes missions until 492nd men completed training on this aircraft type. Both Mosquito and A-26 remained stationed at Harrington, and on occasion a Mosquito flew to Watton for inspection. OSHA project personnel at Harrington frequently consulted Watton. The 654th Bombardment Squadron flew 31 Joan-Eleanor missions from Watton on behalf of the OS over the Netherlands and Germany, and an additional 31 missions from Harrington. Notes: the SSTR-6 and SSTC 502, Joan-Eleanor. Military Radio. Com. April 2007. Retrieved 2 January 2008. Guywire. May 2007. Regina Amateur Radio Association. May 2007. Retrieved 2 January 2008. Reflector. April 2007 Volume 68 No. 4 inches. PDF. Halifax Amateur Radio Club. April 2007. Retrieved 2 January 2008. Red Stocking Operations. Harrington Aviation Museum website. Mullaney, Norman. The 25th Bomb Group. RCN. In World War II. 2011. Schiffer Publishing Limited. ISBN 978-0-7643-3950-9. Section. The Secret War Against Germany. pp. 210-267.